Good afternoon, morning, or evening, whatever time of day you're watching this. This is Fall Creek Collectibles. We are doing a reveal of our, gonna be in a 105 card submission to GMA, and so here's the reveal. So it was Big D, Erling, and myself got in on this and did a 105 card submission. So let's go. This is going to take a while. 2019 Prism Kirby Puckett base. I said it would get a 10. It got a 10. These are all my predictions on cards. Did pretty good this time. So 2019 Prism Kirby Puckett Blue Mojo. I said this would get a 10. Got a 10. That's numbered out of 399. Here is a red mojo out of 299. I said this would get a 10. Got a 9. Green donut circles. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Orange donut circles. There's two of them. I said they'd both get 10s. And they both got 10s. Another Puckett Prism Zebra Stripes out of 99. Said this would get a 10. Got a 10. Power Plaid out of 75. Said this would get a 10. Got a 9. So 2 9s out of the 2019 Puckett Prisms. It's too bad those other two weren't 10s, but it is what it is. 1994 Topps Finest Kirby Puckett. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. 1985 7-Eleven Kirby Puckett rookie card. I said it would get a 6. Got a 7.5. There you go, Big D. That's a nice one. Alright, now we have a run of 85 Topps Kirby Puckett rookie cards. Said this one would get an 8.5. It got an 8.5. Said this one would get an 8. It got an 8. Said this one would get an 8. It got a 7. Said this one would get an 8. It got a 7. And I said this one would get an 8, and it also got a 7. So I'm going to have to teach myself how to judge those a little bit better. Okay, 2019 Prism Miguel Sano. Said this would get a 10. This is a gold out of 10. Very nice card there, and it is a 10. Tom Seaver, Neon Orange Circles out of 150. This is another 2019 Topps Prism. Oh, I'm sorry, yep. I said this would get a 10, and it got a 9. Albert Pujols, Lime Green Donut Circles. Said this would get a 10, and that one got a 9 for some reason. Okay, 2019 Optic Miguel Andujar Prism Shock rated rookie. Said this would get a 10, and it sure did. 2019 Donruss Mike Trout Pink Fireworks. Said it would get a 10. It got a 10. That's a great card there. 2017 Leaf Rhys Hoskins Leaf Prospects. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Luis Arias 2019 Topps Gallery Rookie Auto. I said this would get a 10, and it got a 10. Very nice card there. Okay, 2018 Topps Gallery Gleyber Torres Rookie. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. 2018 Topps Gallery Miguel Andujar Rookie. Said this would get a 10. Boom, got a 10. Now, here's the face palm of the entire submission. 2018 Bowman Chrome Royce Lewis. Funny, I spelled it wrong there, typo there. Prospect card. Said this would get a 10. It got a 5. I don't know if there's bath salts at GMA, but somebody might have got their hands on some. Now, I'm not an expert in grading by any means, but I see absolutely nothing wrong with that card. Unless there's something on the surface I can't see. It got a 5. I said it would get a 10. And you know my predictions aren't too far off. Moving on. 2018 Miguel Andujar Topps. Said it would get a 10. Got a 10. 2017 Topps Aaron Judge. Said this would get a 10. Got a 10. Nice rookie card there. Big D. 2018 Topps Chrome Alex Bregman Prism. Said this would get a 10. Got a 10. Pete Alonso 2018 Topps Rookie. Said this would get a 10. Got a 10. Williams Estudito Topps Chrome Rookie Auto. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Williams Estudito Rookie Prism. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Luis Reyes Topps Chrome Rookie. Said this would get a 10. This one got a 9. And I don't. Sometimes I can see those, sometimes I can't. There's a little surface stuff in there, but I don't know if that's from me. And the Chrome cards I usually wipe with a micro towel dry. I don't put anything on them, just dry, and it usually cleans them right up. Moving on, 1993 Topps Jeff Bagwell Topps Gold. I said this was going to be a 10. It got an 8.5. Boo. Okay, where was I? 1988 Tom Glavine rookie card, Donruss. I said I'd get an 8.5. It got a 10. Bath salts. 1989 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. I said this would get an 8.5. And it got a 7. Crazy. Okay, 1989 Fleer Griffey rookie card. Said this would get a 7. And it got a 9. I almost wonder if I wrote those backwards. Moving on. Year 2000 Upper Decks Ionics. I said this would get a 10. It got an 8.5. 2000 Topps Chrome Vlad Guerrero 21st Century Topps. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. 1994 Topps Derek Jeter Prospect. I said this would get a 9. It got an 8.5. It wouldn't be a submission without a Frank Thomas rookie card for Big D. So 90 score. Said this would get a 10. Got an 8.5. Boo. 1989 Topps Randy Johnson rookie card. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. There's another 10 Randy Johnson for a Big D. 89 Topps John Smoltz. Said this would get a 8-5, and it got a 9. Very nice. A couple 1990 Bowman Mike Modano rookies. Said this first one would get a 6-5. It got an 8, and you can see someone's dog got a hold of this, and it still got an 8. And I don't know, mind blowing. The second one I said would get a 9, and it got a 9. Okay, here's kind of a cool card. 1978 Topps Lou Whitaker rookie. I said it would get an 8. It got an 8-5. There you go, Big D. That's a good one. 1971 Topps Tony Oliva. I said this would get a 5.5, and it got a 5. Okay, these next few cards are really cool in my opinion. 1982 Topps Rod Carew Air card. I said this one would get an 8. It got a 7.5, and if you look at the backs, there's the backs of Rod Carew's card. Next one is Andre Dawson. Said this would get an 8. I said it got a 7.5. There's the back of that card. And Fergie Jenkins, I said would get an 8, and it got a 7. And there's the back of Fergie Jenkins. So those are cool air cards, print run airs, whatever you want to call them. All right, 2019 Leaf Kirby Puckett in the game, numbered 14 out of 25. So it's jersey and bat relics. This is a cool card. I really thought this would get a 10. It ended up getting a 9. It doesn't matter. It's encased. It's really cool. I guess this corner's a little bit rough there for a 10. And those are hard to keep. And the final card for Big D is a 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson rookie card. I said it would get a 7, and it got a 4.5. Swear to God, this thing looked better when I put it in the holder than it does now. That is it for Big D. Moving on to Erling. 1990 score, Chuck Knobloch rookie. I said this would get an 8.5. It got an 8.5. 1990 Bowman Knobloch rookie. I said it'd get a 9.5. It got a 9. 2002 Just Minors, Joe Mauer minor league card. I said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Bowman Heritage, Joe Mauer, 2002. Said this one would get a 9. It got a 7.5. Don't see that. Maybe it's a little rougher than I thought. And another Bowman Heritage said this one would get a 7. And it got a 7. 1997 Pinnacle Select Torrey Hunter rookie. I said this would get an 8.5. It got a 7. That's a brutal score. I don't know if there's chipping in this corner or if that's just how the card looks. Moving on. 1993 Upper Deck Derek Jeter. I said this would get a 7.5. It's a top prospect. It got a 7. Not too bad. Now for some vintage. 1961 Topps John McClain rookie. I said this would get a 5. Got a 7. There you go. That's really nice. 1962 Topps John Schwal rookie cup. I'm sorry, this is Terry Fox rookie. Said this would get a 5.5. It got a 6. Very nice. Now, Don Shaw, as promised, 62 Topps Rookie Cup. Said this would get a 3.5. It got a 5. Pretty nice. 1960 Topps Frank Howard Rookie. Said this would get a 1.5, and it got a 4. Pretty darn nice. And to wrap up Erling's submission, 2020 Topps Fernando Tatis Rookie Medallion. This was a really cool card. And it got a 9. Unfortunately, it's not a 10. And again, these grade so tough. But yep, there's a tiny bit of white in that corner. And that's probably enough to push them over off of a 10. Alright, moving on. Here's my stuff. 84 Topps Nolan Ryan. I said this would get a 7. It got a 7.5. 87 Topps Barry Bonds Rookie. I said this would get a 7.5. It got a 6. 86 Topps Traded Barry Bonds. Said this would get a 7.5. It got an 8. 87 Donruss Bo Jackson's rated rookie. Said this would get a 7.5. Got a 7. 1995 Pinnacle Zenith Hideo Nomo rookie. I said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Had good luck with that series of cards for some reason. Okay, 1989 Donruss Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. I said this would get a 6.5. It got a 7. That's just for a flip. Here's kind of an upsetting one. 89 Donruss Craig Biggio rookie. I said this was a 10. The only reason I submitted it was I thought it would be a 10. And it got an 8.5. And for those of you that know this card, know how hard it is to get this centered and clean corners. I have about 6 of these, and this one was centered and clean corners, and it got an 8.5. Don't get that one. I'm over it. Okay, 2018 Topps Victor Robles rookie. I said this would get a 10. Got a 10. Some Wander Francos. First one is 2019 Bowman Prospect paper. Said this would get a 10. It got a 10. Next to our Chrome, I said they would both get 10s. That one's a 10. This one's a 10. Really happy with those. Thought they would be 10s. Okay, we're going to do a little run of 83 Donruss Hall of Famers and one nice rookie. And we're going to start off with the rookie. 83 Donruss Wade Boggs rookie. Said this would get a 9. Got a 9. Next up is Phil Niekro. Said this would get a 9. It got a 10. This is my only 10 of my 83s. Spoiler alert. Next is Bert Blyleven. Said this would get a 9. Got a 9. Next is Dale Murphy. Said this would get a 10. Got a 9. Robin Yount. Said this would get an 8. Ended up with an 8.5. Still a really nice card. Next is Rod Carew. Said that would get an 8.5. Ended up being a 9. It's nice. Gary Carter, I said would end up being a 9. And it did. Ricky Henderson, I said it would be an 8.5. It ended up being an 8. And the last of the 83 Donruss, Dave Winfield, said this would be a 9. And it got a 9. Okay, 1991 Upper Deck Frank Thomas. Said this would get a 10. Got a 9. I don't even know why I sent this in. 1995 Todd Hollandsworth Sports Flicks rookie. I said this was going to be a 10. It got an 8. This was a gift from Big D to me. He knows I collect Rusty Kuntz. It's 1984 Topps, and he TTM'd it and sent it to me. It was really nice of him. So the card itself got a 7. I don't care. That's for the personal collection. It's got a bad corner up here. It wasn't 10 worthy. It's a cool card though. 1990 Bowman John Allrood rookie. I said that this would be a 9. Got a 10. Super happy about that one. Okay, coming down the home stretch here. Here's a stretch of 1995 score. Ken Griffey bat speed. I don't know if it's an insert or parallel. I think it's an insert because they have different card numbers. I said this would be a 9. Ended up being a 10. The regular base Randy Johnson. I said this would be an 8. Ended up a 10. And the special delivery Randy Johnson said this would be a 9. That got a 10. Barry Bonds bat speed said this would be a 9. That got to be a 10. Mark McGwire, I said this would be a 10. Ended up a 9. It's a really cool card though. If anybody is a McGwire collector, send me shipping, it's yours. 1995 score, Mike Piazza said this would be a 9. Ended up being an 8.5. Okay, 1994 Upper Deck, Michael Jordan scrapbook. I said this would be a 9. Got an 8.5. Here's an upsetting card. 1990 Hoops, Kevin McHale. I said this would be an 8. It's an 8. Look how that case came out. Can you see that? Isn't that just lovely? It's in the box that way. 1990 Skybox, Kevin McHale. I said this would be a 8.5. It got a 9. Another 90 Skybox, Larry Bird. Said this would be a 9.5. Got a 9. 1987 Cal Ripken Jr. All-Star set. Said this would be an 8.5. Ended up being a 6.5. It's really crooked though. I didn't know how they would grade that because it's kind of centered, but it's like cattywampus. 1961 Topps Roger Maris. I said this would be a 2.5. Ended up a 5. Pretty good. It looks sun faded to me. I have another one of those, and they do not. The pigment is not the same. 1955 Topps Harmon Killebrew rookie. I said this would be a 1.5. I'm pretty excited. This one ended up a 3. And that was also a gift from Big D. Thanks, buddy. And then I just threw these Carter Kieboom rookie debuts in there just to fill out the order. I needed 105 cards because they don't count the thick cards and the autos NG or 100 to get your discount. So I just threw these Carter Kieboom rookies in there. And I said they'd all get 10s. 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. So that's cool. They all ended up being 10s. I wouldn't have wanted them any other way. And to wrap up this video, they also sent me this card, and the only reason I'm showing you this is I'm going to do a separate video on this card, and that's a whole nother issue on its own. But this is a 2015 Fleer Showcase Connor McDavid Metal Universe Blue Rookie. And so stay tuned for a future video about this, involving this card. Thanks for tuning in to Fall Creek Collectibles. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you like these videos, and share with your friends. Have a great day, leave a comment, and happy collecting.